everybody. My name's Neil, the Saskryker. We're just backing out of the driveway to go for a little bit of a spin today. We're trying out a couple of new items. One of them, so that you can come along with the ride, we've got a new mic and camera system. Plus, I've also got the sway bar end links from RikerMod.com that Richard sent me, all installed. So what we're going to do is see just how well everything performs. So I thought I'd bring you along just for the heck of it, because it is a beautiful fall day here in Saskatoon. We've had a little bit of frost in the last few days, so the trees are starting to change color like nobody's business. Okay, we're going to see how these sway bar end links do. And wow, so far, initial impression is this is working out very well. The bike is staying very flat and very true, and is actually soaking up a lot of these imperfections that the road is throwing at me. So far, very impressed. I'd like to thank Richard from RikerMod.com for sending these my way to give my impression of how they work. If you haven't seen any of the products that RikerMod.com has, go over to the website, have a look around. They've got the grill covers, skid plates, of course, the steering dampers, and they've also got these incredible billet aluminum sway bar end links. Now, this is my third set that I've got on. I upgraded from the original ones that Can-Am has on theirs, and they're basically a hard plastic product. And I went to, similar to the stuff that Baja Ron and other manufacturers and retailers will sell, they did okay. Probably the biggest pain was the installation of all of this stuff. It was rather difficult to do because on the top and the bottom there are these little spacers that needed to go in. And for a job that I thought was going to take very little time to do, it was almost 45 minutes to an hour. The ones that Richard from RikerMod.com sent are plug and play. Simply take off the old ones, put on the new ones, torque them down to the specs that you need, and away you go. And like I said, so far, I'm very impressed with what I'm feeling. Yeah, this is nice and smooth. We're going to cruise around town for about 15-20 minutes here. Show you what the city looks like in the fall. Breezy day, so a lot of the leaves are starting to come off. We're going to head over to the Arts District. Now, this Arts District is called the Broadway District, or just Broadway. And it's where a lot of the very bohemian, funky folks hang out. And I got to tell you, one of our biggest exports to the world as an entertainer, singer, songwriter, musician, painter, poet, is from Saskatoon. She wasn't born here, but she went to high school here and started acoustic guitar playing in a little coffee shop on the Broadway District here. I actually had the opportunity to, when I was in vehicle sales, to sell her mom and dad a vehicle. And she looks exactly like her dad. Just salt of the earth people. And they didn't bring it up until the end, and they said, our daughter's going to be in town next month, so she'll really enjoy seeing the car. And I said, oh, that's nice. She said, yeah, maybe you've heard of her. Her name is Joni. And of course, I realized all of a sudden their last name was Mitchell. I said, the Joni Mitchell? Yeah. So, very sweet couple. The other export from Saskatoon is one that you have seen on TV and still comes back to the city because his mom is here, and he still gives back to Saskatoon. I'm talking none other than Kim Coates, Tig from Sons of Anarchy. I had the opportunity to meet him. My wife actually worked with him on a local movie production here. Again, another guy that will give back to the community. He has come back to Saskatoon on many occasions, not only to visit family and friends, but to support many causes near and dear to his heart. So, again, it's just the way the Canadians are. We're not big about bragging about those kind of things because there are no big statues to either one of these famous folks. But yeah, we just kind of quietly go along. But now that we're on Broadway, there is one thing that there was a fundraiser for a little while ago, and it is a plaque about Joni Mitchell, and it's right in front of the Broadway Theater, which is the area where she entertained. She would bring her acoustic guitar and do some singing, and this is where she honed her chops and then went on to greatness, and like I said, our big export to the world. This area has gone through some redevelopment. Over on the left is a brand new building with retail in the bottom and, of course, apartments up top. Cafes, and we have the most restaurants per capita, as a little FYI tidbit. So yeah, there's no shortage of food in Saskatoon. The one place that I frequent a lot coming up on the left is this red building, Bulk Cheese Warehouse. My Lord, there's cheese from all around the world in that building. Okay, and over on the right here, there's the plaque to Joni Mitchell. So this is where Joni started playing. And like I said, she's our big export to the world. Beautiful city. This is Five Corners, top of the Broadway Bridge. We are the city of bridges. Before the bridges were built, there were two different groups of people that settled in Saskatoon. The Temperance Colony on this side of the river, and then on the other side of the river, they're the ones that kind of like to party and let loose and enjoy some alcoholic beverages. And it was quite a while before a bridge was built connecting these two diverse groups. But when it was, it's off to the left, and I'm not sure if the camera caught it or not. I'd like to take us over there, but they've got it blocked off for a street festival. But that bridge is actually fairly new. They rebuilt it in the style of what was there before. It's the old traffic bridge. And there was a maritime disaster in the prairies at that bridge. The city of Lethbridge, I believe, was what the name of the paddle wheeler was called, that ran into one of the support pylons and flipped over and sank. So that's not good. So yeah, that was our maritime disaster. So a little bit of history of the city of Saskatoon. Now, the building that's right in front of us is the Delta Bessborough Hotel, and in Canada, the local railway stations always built a hotel to house their guests, and this is one of them. They're called the Castle Hotels because that's what they look like. Very opulent looking. Apparently, the building has some haunted sections in it. But that is one of the many, that is the iconic hotel that you will see in a lot of shots from the riverbank on the city of Saskatoon. And of course, here comes another Saskatoon driver that decided, she needed to be in before me because there was absolutely nobody behind me. Anywho, enough of me complaining about drivers in this town. I could be doing that all day. This is the look of the city. It is just gorgeous. The whole area along the right-hand side is park benches and parks and green spaces and walking paths, and of course there's the South Saskatchewan River, where folks have taken some of their watercraft and just enjoyed that space. So we're going to be doing just a little bit of a loop here. We're going to be going up another one of the bridges, and this is University Bridge. And as its name implies, connects up to the University of Saskatchewan, where we have some of the most world-renowned tech industry here. For those of you who know anything about the space shuttle, you know that arm that goes out and picks up things or uses to manipulate inside the cargo bay of the shuttles? That's called the Canada Arm, or Canadarm. That was developed right here in Saskatoon. We have a synchrotron. We have one of the best teaching veterinary hospitals. We have one of the best teaching medical hospitals in the Royal University Hospital, and that designation was bestowed upon us by the late Queen. So when you get that designation, that means you've kind of arrived. We always knew we have these things, but again, we're kind of shy about kind of blowing our own horn. That's just the Canadian way of doing things. We recognize that, yeah, we're good at what we do, but we're just not the type that wanders around going, look at us, look at us. A little more reserved and shy that way, and of course, you'll always hear us say, oh, I'm sorry. That seems to be the big joke. And how's it going, eh? That was made famous by Bob and Doug McKenzie, a couple of characters from Saturday Night Live, and again, a couple of Canadians that really kind of latched on to that vernacular. All right, again, back to the RikerMod.com sway bar end links. This is Calder's Drive, and there are some tough patches here. There's some undulations and stuff to hit, and I'm not feeling a lot of it. So again, RikerMod.com. If you have a Riker, you're looking for either performance items or you're looking for dress-up items, Richard has all of these. Whether it's the grill inserts, skid plates, all kinds of other items, the steering dampener, and of course the sway bar end links that, like I said, I'm hitting some pretty nasty little bumps. I've got the camera on max stabilization, so you may not be picking it up there, or maybe able to hear it in my voice as I get jostled around, but boy, I'm not noticing it much through the handlebars. So in combination with the steering stuff from RikerMod.com and the sway bar end links, the Riker's handling very nice. I'm not one of these people that is brave enough to do what a lot of folks have done on their Rikers, and that's upgrade the sway bar, because to get it out, you have to actually cut it. That's right, and I'm just not that comfortable in my own mechanical skills to cut something out that I'm hoping I can get something back in there that's going to work better. So I'll stay with the stock sway bar, but I'll upgrade everything else, and I've noticed a huge difference already. So if you've got a Riker, get out there, ride it around as much as you can. I know I'm probably 2 to 3 weeks away from parking this thing, but fall day, 17 degrees, a bit of a breeze. Going to be out on the highway tomorrow. I think I'll take you along with me as well, show you kind of what fall days in Saskatchewan are like outside the city. But get out there, ride this Riker. Whether you've got the 600, 900, the Rally, they're an awesome vehicle. I've come from the two-wheel world, and I have just never regretted purchasing this. Fun, customizable like nobody's business. No two Rikers will ever look the same unless you're leaving it stock. And of course, what fun is that when you've got all these accessories you can access through. Thank you so much for coming out and enjoying the ride. And again, if you're looking for, again, another Saskatoon driver not watching where they're going. So again, if you're looking for some great products, get on the internet. RikerMod.com is where you want to be. Richard will hook you up with the products and service that you deserve for your Riker. So until next time, this is Neil saying, take care.